guys, welcome back to the Style Pad. So today we're going to be working on the fourth and final DIY for the nursery before I do the nursery reveal video, which I'm very excited about. But today we're going to be working on a canvas wall storage unit. So it'll hang on the wall and you can put nappies in it, or toys or books or anything that you need to store really in the nursery. So let's start the project. So your first job is to mark out the template onto the fabric. So here are the dimensions that I did. Feel free to pause this and you can use the same one. I did double layer for the back of the pouch, and then the flap up is just a single layer with a 1.5 centimeter seam allowance. You then want to cut out your fabric. I flipped it upside down here, and then putting the two pieces together that are both rectangles. So they are going to make the double layer back piece of your pouch. You then want to pin it ready for sewing. Once you've finished sewing those sides together, you want to flip the whole thing inside out and press it using an iron. I also did my seam allowances just for a crisp edge. I then folded the bottom flap up into place and pinned the edges ready for sewing. At this point you want to start working on the tabs that will be at the top of the canvas pouches, and they're what you use to hang it over the dowel. I did my pieces 31 inches long, and that was enough to make 2 tabs, and you'll need 12 tabs altogether. I then pressed the edges ready for sewing. So to sew down the centre of the tags, I want to use a zigzag stitch to make sure it catches both sides. So at the moment I'm using A, which is a straight line stitch, but I want to put it onto C for a zigzag. You then sew the length of the material all the way to the end before cutting it in half, and it's ready to be attached to the back of your pouch. Finally, you want to sew the entire perimeter of your canvas pouch to give it a nice neat finish, making sure that your tabs are attached at the back very securely. Okay, so we are now day 2 of this project, which is all about creating the structure of the piece, which is basically a wall hung ladder that the canvas pouches will be hanging from. So let me show you what my plan is for that. Okay, so I've laid it all out to show you the plan, and essentially it's going to have these dowel sort of ladder rungs that go across, and then the canvas bags will hang from those. So to start off with, what I've got are these 2 wooden strips of wood. They are actually oak, just because we're using lots of oak in the nursery, and we happen to have 2 rather nice strips in the shed, so we're using those, but you could use any wood for those. And then we've got this dowel from Wicks. I think it's probably about 15mm in diameter. And then the last thing, to attach the dowel down, I've just got some of these copper pipe clips, which are super cheap, again in Wicks or any hardware store. I'll probably colour them in some rub and buff so they're a gold colour, because we don't have any copper accents in the nursery at the moment. So I'll probably go ahead and do that first, and then get started on the rest of the structure. Okay, so that didn't really work. This is the one that I just tried to rub and buff, and for some reason it didn't stick to the material. So what I'm going to do is take them all outside and try spray painting them instead. So the spray painting proved to be a lot more successful, thankfully. So the next job was to get sawing all of the wood pieces. So firstly I did the 2 oak strips that will be the side parts for my ladder, and then I went ahead and measured out the dowel pieces and cut those all to size as well. Next, you want to take a drill and drill tiny pilot holes into the wood where you want your clips and therefore your dowel to sit. The reason that we want to just drill those little holes is just because you don't want to split your wood when you put the screws in, firstly, and secondly, it just means that they're sitting accurately where you'd like them placed. final job is to use a screwdriver and little wood screws to screw everything into position, and you're done. Okay, so we're all finished. I've attached it to the wall and it's looking great. I've just done a few shots, so I will leave those with you now. As always, please make sure you're following me at the stylepad_UK on Instagram. And of course, please like this video and leave me a little comment down below. So my next video is the nursery reveal, which I'm a little bit nervous about, but also super excited. So I hope to see you then. Bye guys.